What is up, guys, and welcome back to another episode of my F1 2016 Mobile Career Mode. Today we have episode 32 at the Australian Grand Prix, and we've not been here in a long time, not since the very first episode of Season 1 when we began our career as Nico Hülkenberg. On the screen now is some gameplay from the last episode in Bahrain. Check it out if you haven't seen it already. And as you can see, judging by the footage, we are driving in Season 3 as the Ferrari of Sebastian Vettel, in case you missed it. I'm going to spoil the result for you now as well. We picked up a pole position plus a full 25 points as we won in Bahrain on debut for Ferrari, and my teammate Kimi Raikkonen managed to finish P2. So it was a fantastic 1-2 for the prancing horses in Bahrain, but will things be different this time out? Let's go to the grid.
Out of here and here in force for what is going to be a fantastic day of racing. Welcome to the Australian Grand Prix.
So this time it's been a 1-2 in qualifying. We've taken our second successive pole position. Raikkonen joins me on the front row. Ricciardo P3 in his home race. The Mercedes only 4th and 5th. ORT Racing suggested this could be the end of Mercedes dominance in the previous video, and well, to be honest, it's very much looking that way at the moment. We just seem to have so much good pace as we are now revving up to 5 red lights for the second race of the season here in Melbourne, and we are underway for the Australian Grand Prix. A very long hold on the lights there. It's been a pretty good start heading down into turn 1. Ricciardo has already jumped my teammate Kimi Raikkonen, which is not good for the team. The AI for some reason always battle and go incredibly slowly into turn 1, which is why on the minimap I've got a ridiculous lead again, just as happened in Bahrain. Thankfully Raikkonen has now got back into P2, and it looks as if Rosberg's got to head into P3. So very interesting start to the Grand Prix as we're just absolutely running away with this race. So there's not going to be much else to see for the first stint, so let's just cut over a few laps, or should I say 5, because we're now on to lap number 6. Hamilton up into P3, Raikkonen into P2, and I'm already coming up onto the first lapped car. We saw this very similar problem in Bahrain. It was literally just me doing laps. I might as well be doing hot lap mode or time trial mode. It's Pascal Wehrlein in the manor. Is he going to be a good boy? No, he is not. He just refuses to move out of the way, and we've lost the front wing. And the reason why I'm not getting more mad is quite frankly because I was planning on pitting this lap anyway, and also we have a huge lead. But look at him. He's just refusing to get out of the way. If this was Michael Masi, surely he'd be given a penalty by now. Or maybe not. Maybe I'd have been the one given a penalty for causing a collision. There, the game thinks that there. Yes, alright, I did run into the back of him, but what else could I do? I've lost my blooming front wing. Anyway, into the pit lane we come now. I've decided we're going to go for a one stop here today, and with a wing change, it's going to be a slightly longer pit stop than usual. We're going to go onto the medium tyres and then aim to get to the end of the Grand Prix. So, we're leaving the pit lane. We're going to come out in P1 again because we've got a huge lead. There's absolutely nothing to worry about. So, let's just continue minding our own business, and hopefully we should be able to pick up another Grand Prix victory here today. Cutting over to lap 10, and we've got another lapped car. I know, look, it's Pascal Wehrlein again. I hope to God he's going to be better behaved this time, and thankfully he is. So there's nothing for me to worry about there. We're really starting to get into the flow of lots of lap traffic now. You can see Sauber coming up in front of us. I think that's Felipe Nasr. But, you know, I'm just minding my own business, trying not to get involved in any incidents, trying not to push too hard, but equally, when I do push hard, I can be something like 5 seconds faster than the AI per lap. It's absolutely ridiculous. I don't know why they're so slow around this place. We've got some lap cars leaving the pit lane now. Wehrlein, for some reason, is trying to overtake me. That was his teammate Haryanto leaving the pits. Had to go very wide there and a bit deep into turn 1-2 to avoid him. Well, you know, the AI, they brake and then move suddenly across into the racing line as Palmer gets out of the way there very nicely. Thank you very much. So yeah, that's why I went a little bit wide. Is, you know, you can never be too cautious with these lap cars, really. They're just so unpredictable, and the buggy and the game is just outdated, so now they just look stupid. But we're just going to hopefully try and get through as many of them as possible without getting any damage. 1 second slower in the first sector alone, just by avoiding them. I know the tyres aren't the freshest anymore, but still, that's a heck of a difference because of the lap cars as we go up the inside of Felipe Nasr, over the curb, and I've just been squeezed into Gutierrez by the Brazilian. Thank you very much. I hope the Haas is going to get out of the way. No, he isn't, because blue flags is broken in this game. So we're going to have to force our way through now. Danny Kvyat finished P4 in Bahrain. Not going to be repeating such an achievement today for the Toro Rosso team. He's way down in P15 at the moment. Next up, Valtteri Bottas in the Williams. Hopefully he's going to get out of the way nice and quickly for us. Or maybe not. Maybe I wasn't quite close enough for the game to say blue flags get out of the way to the AI. Well, even if it does say that, it doesn't always work, does it? You can see Gutierrez is all over the back of me in the wing mirrors, and this wing damage is a bit too much. As you can see, Nasr sort of forced me over the curb as I went a bit wide, and then just forced me straight into the side of Gutierrez, which is very, very frustrating. Interestingly, Ricciardo's into P2 now, and Hamilton P3, so I don't know what's happened to Rosberg, nor my teammate Kimi Raikkonen. I hope he hasn't been caught up in an incident as we catch up to Gutierrez and Bottas again. Still, they're refusing to move out of the way. These guys are racing, for Christ's sake, for P14, and they can't be bothered to move. What is the Mexican doing? Absolutely stupid. Thankfully, we finally get him dispatched on lap number 12, and hopefully we can just pull away now from the AI, because for some reason they tend to like to weave a lot on that straight. As we now try and get past Romain Grosjean. This is the end of lap 13. Yeah, the wing damage is just too much. I'm probably about 5-6 seconds off my personal best per lap as we try and go up the inside of Grosjean there, but again, he's not leaving me any room because the AI don't. That for some reason that was my fault, even though he clearly barged me out of the way and just rudely ejected me from the racing line. Across the line, there you go, 4 seconds slower in the final sector, so it doesn't matter. And ooh, that was close to losing my whole wing there. That could have been a second pit stop. Now to the final lap of the Grand Prix. In a way, it doesn't matter that we picked up this damage, this understeer. I was so much slower than my personal best, it doesn't matter. We already had a massive lead, and yeah, maybe we won't come in next year. Oh my god, very sketchy through there. Going to the gravel trap, maybe we won't come in next year, because this has been even more boring than Bahrain. There's literally just nothing happened at all this race. This time we have literally led every single lap. Doesn't matter, it's going to be my biggest win in a while, and that's very satisfying nonetheless, as we win the Australian Grand Prix. There's not much else to say really, other than 2 wins in a row. My god, I've turned into a monster. There's your results from the Australian Grand Prix, and we won by 30 seconds, even with all that wing damage, which is just ridiculous really. That just shows how bad the AI are here. You know, I run on maximum AI as well, so that's really concerning. Ricciardo P2, Hamilton P3, my teammate Raikkonen P4, Rosberg P7 again. I really don't know what's wrong with the defending champion at the start of this season, but he's having an absolute shocker. It's turning into season 1 for him all over again. It was an absolute nightmare for him there. In the Drivers' Championship, we obviously have a massive lead, 20 points after just 2 races. My teammate Raikkonen still in 2nd place, so we're still a 1-2 in the Drivers' Championship. The Mercedes only 5-6 though, so it really is wide open in terms of the fight for the other places, but hopefully myself and Kimi can just keep racing away with this championship, quite literally. In the Constructors, we've obviously got a huge lead because we had a 1-2 and a 1-4 in the opening 2 races. We're in really good form at the moment. The car feels great, so hopefully we can just keep developing that into the next race, which is going to be at the Malaysian Grand Prix. Wow, such a boring race. We certainly haven't had back-to-back poles in this career mode. I think we only got 1 in the whole season last year as Max Verstappen. We jumped ship to Ferrari, and now we've got 2 in our first 2 races. Thank you for watching, guys. If you enjoyed, please be sure to like, share and subscribe. Let's try and get to 500 subscribers now, and I'll see you all in the next video. Goodbye.